Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino coming at you today with yet another video. Video I always have so much fun doing. I don't know why these are fun to do. It's kind of a really big chunk of my collection here. But what's on the rack? Episode 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9. And appropriately, this is all Elton John, or wow. I just did an update on Elton John, and I kept saying John Lennon with him. Now I'm talking John Lennon, and I'm saying Elton John. All right, let's get that out of the way. This is John Lennon. We're talking about all John Lennon today. Most of my John Lennon CD collection is here, so we'll continue on with his main studio albums, and then we'll get into his live albums and his compilations, his many compilations. But thank you, Yoko, for keeping those compilations coming out there, keeping his music alive. That was a needed thing. But before we get started with what's on the rack episode 9, let's thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the notification bell so you do know when I got new videos coming out, like the next what's on the rack video. That section it'll be episode 10 on that now. Also, please give the video a like if you like it, and do leave a notification. Do leave a comment. I do love having a discussion with everybody, and doing all that really helps out the channel too, just helping the algorithm figure out where to place you, let other people get eyes on the video and such. So I'm trying to build the channel, so any help would be appreciated. Anyways, let's get on with what's on the rack, episode 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. All right. I would have tried to get that out of the way and get on to just showing you these albums here. All right. So, yes, we're talking about John Lennon, not Elton John. And we're going to start with the first one here. We got Mind Games. And this one is from that Lennon 2000 series. I don't think this one came out in 2000. This was 2002. It was so kind of sporadic how he released those, but they were remixed and remastered, most of the hype stickers said. A few of them were just remastered. This one, I believe, is a remix and a remaster. Kind of a cool little set. I didn't get these till recently. This is almost a collection update on this, too, because I've only got this in the last couple of months. And show you behind the disc there and the tray there. So a couple bonus tracks on it too. A little update from the original CD releases. And of course, that was one of my favorite John Lennon albums, as you found out if you ever did watch my John Lennon ranking video. And this one was another one. These Mind Games and Walls and Bridges could almost trade places. And this one's kind of unique. This is also from that Lennon 2000s release. This one was 2005. This one came out. So showing you just how all over the place these were. And this did get that kind of new album art there. It's still kind of what was there originally, but slightly different. And show you that there. This image, always on the disc label that they chose, that seems to me to be almost more some type of New York City-ish. So I kind of feel that's an odd choice of imagery that they used on that. But very cool on that one. And then, as I really don't have too many originals on this, another one from the Lennon 2000s. This is rock and roll this time. And let's kind of show you there. Spine, the back. This one's got some really good bonus tracks on it. Really giving you a complete version of this album. Not one of my most famous John Lennon albums, but I still really do enjoy it, though. The only original of any of his studio albums I got, and I still don't even know if this was one of the very first ones. It would have been, well, it wouldn't. This would have been a reissue yet. But before the Lennon 2000 series, this is Double Fantasy, and this is my original. This would have been almost one of my first CDs I owned. So this has been with me for a long time, and you can see there. This is what, BMG, I'm sure? Yeah, BMG on that, back with my old record club days. I'll tell the story someday. I was actually fairly honest with mine. A lot of people weren't, but I did find I could get good deals and still be honest with it. So there's the disc label in that. And then another Double Fantasy. This one is the Lennon 2000 series. And this one did actually come out in 2000, I believe. Yeah, this one was actually in 2000. I'll show you there. Show you the back. This one's just advertising digitally remastered. Oop, and my case is falling apart there. That's what I don't like about jewel cases. I swear you look at them wrong and they fall apart. And that's how it came to me, I guess. But when you buy used, I suppose that happens. But one nice thing about them, they are pretty easy to replace. So even if they do fall apart, it's fairly easy to replace them. And sticking with Double Fantasy, here's another version yet, the stripped down that came out, I believe this was 2010, when they kind of remastered his albums again and had them in the big box set. I believe they did release them individually too. I do got the box set. That's why you're not seeing those versions of it, because I've got them in that box set. So there's the kind of the gatefold as you fold it out, and fully folded out there with the trifold there. I believe in the middle here we got the book. So I'll just pull that out to show you quick. I'm not going to show you anything in the book. Then we got disc 1 here, which is, I believe, the stripped down kind of the acoustic version of it. And then disc 2 here, which is the original album remastered. And I know a lot of people were upset that this didn't get included in that box set. They had to get it separate. Another copy of the album too on top of it. They should have just done the single disc. But then back to the next album here, we got Milk and Honey, and this is back to the Lennon 2000s set. And this one was 2001. So yeah, they were all over the place on when these got released. And I think I showed the spine. I'll show the disc here. I'll show you below the tray. And that one is clean, I can show that. Almost not, but hey. I think everybody's seen that image though. I don't know who would be offended by it at this point. That's been out there for so long. And I know one of my commenters in the last one, I had shown a couple of John Lennon albums, and he was kind of thinking this one was missing out of the collection there. And that this should have been, it was his first album, I believe. But the Live Piece Toronto 1969. And this is a Japanese mini LP version of it I had gotten. This is an official one. I got seems like a lot of my Paul McCartney ones, if I got like this, are not. But this one is official. I was researching and trying to find a copy of this album on CD for a while. And even the standard, US issues or European issues were fairly expensive for this. I suppose it is out of print. And this cost as much as those, and I do love mini LPs. So I thought this made more sense to get than one of those. I think I've found it on Discogs, but of course it does come with the Japanese lyrics and all that information sheet. And it does come with I might have put it, no, it did come with that one. So it does got the little sleeve, the Apple label. I think it did come with this one. I'm trying to remember if I put it in there or not. I think it did come with that though. And then one cool thing they did, the original LP did come with the calendar, the 1970 calendar. And I believe they recreated that. I'll show you just January there, January 1970. But yeah, they recreated the calendar in miniaturized size, even down to the little nail hole there. Pretty cool little set there. Then we got his only other live album, which is Live in New York City. Aside from the bonus or the additional disc on Sometime in New York City, I guess that we can consider a live album too. The disc 2 of that. But there is that. And then we're going to get into the compilations, and there are many, many compilations and some box sets that I got listed here. So the first one obviously is Shaved Fish. And then we got the John Lennon Collection, which was released after his passing. One of the first releases after that. This again, like my Double Fantasy that I showed you, this one is a club edition. Yep, I see it right there. Manufactured under license by Columbia House. So this is one of my original CDs too. I've had this for many, many years. Got this probably in the early 90s when I was first starting to get into the Beatles. I couldn't get the Beatles through the record clubs, but I could get some of their solo stuff. So I was picking up anything I could find. Let's see. The next one up is Men Love Avenue. Really cool, that Andy Warhol picture there. And again, another jewel case all beat up. I got to get through, figure out which of my jewel cases are broken and not. Again, buying used CDs online, you get that sometimes. But hey, if the disc is good, I'm happy, and the the little booklet isn't torn up or missing or whatnot. I can deal with a broken jewel case. Up next, we got Imagine, John Lennon. This is the film soundtrack, the documentary film of his. And really good documentary and really good soundtrack too. Aside from George Harrison, I believe this is the only other Beatles solo career compilations that do feature Beatles tracks on it too. So this does got some of the Beatles tracks on it too, along with his solo career. Kind of interesting there, 21 different songs, and yeah, you got a few Beatles ones on there too. Up next, we got the Lennon box set. See the top's a little dusty there. Show you the, whoop. I'm trying to decide how to show this, because probably I'll show this someday on a what's in the box. But we'll show you each disc, I suppose. And it does come with the book. I've actually got 2 copies of this. The one was missing the book, so when I found a good price on one that had the book, I made sure to snatch it up. I am not going to show anything out of that book because, number one, I think a lot of the reasons why they're missing is they've fallen apart. Because if you do find them with the book a lot of times used, the book is falling apart or completely missing, or maybe a couple pages of it. But here's disc 1, and I'll just try to go pretty quick with this. Or, no, I'm going backwards, aren't I? Sorry. There's disc 1. I was going to say, why is Sean in the picture here already? Because they do kind of cool how they go, the periods of his life there. There's several of these box sets like this after, recent box sets that do like this. You got usually 4 discs, and they kind of just highlight a chunk of his career there, kind of a period of that career at that time, I guess. And then they got the image to reflect it, or name it to reflect it. So we're getting in New York City now on disc 3. And now we should have Sean in the picture. So there we go. So disc 4, not disc 1. Silly Beetle Dustino. Then up next we got Lennon Legend. So that went from 1990 all the way to 97. So there was, I guess, a little bit of a period there where we weren't getting a Lennon compilation released. They show the spine there. And there we go. Yeah, a lot of the same material from album to album, but you just got to collect them, I guess. And this next one is Once Upon a Time. And Once Upon a Time. And this is kind of a highlights of the John Lennon anthology. And I do got that box, so one day on What's in the Box, we'll take a look at it. This one is a digipack. And a lot of jewel cases with these. Opens up kind of trifold there, disc in the middle. You got the booklet pasted in here on the side. And this next one's kind of an odd one. This is a, I'll just show it to you here, Instant Karma, John Lennon greatest hits thing. And this was available pretty much only at like Costco's and Sam's Clubs, kind of those discount stores. It shows it as a three CD set that you're getting this great, oh wow, look at all these CDs that you're getting here. And really, the amount of material that's on this could have easily fit onto probably a single disc. Yeah, no, they might have had to do 2 discs, I guess. So, I don't know. I feel like you're getting such a great deal, but you're not. But we'll show you disc 1. And kind of an interesting package on this one. I think there were a couple of different variations on the packaging, and I did get the digi-sleeve one here. So disc 1, the white disc, we had the red disc there, and then the silver disc, I guess. And kind of interesting, they had, I think disc 1 was like greatest hits. Disc 2 was just, kind of the classic rock and roll music. So this is almost the rock and roll album all there, because there's 12 tracks there, which is all probably are right off of that album. I think a couple of them are live ones that he did too. And then this one is Classics Live. So disc 3. little bit of a variation, but each disc has only got, what, 11, 12, and 12 tracks. So, like I said, I don't know. They make it look like it's such a great buy. You're getting this 3 CD set, big box set thing, and it's, yeah, not quite as big as you think. Budget releases, I guess we could say. I'm going to grab something and show you. I totally forgot to grab this for the video, but something to go along with that that's kind of unique. All right, I'm back, and I can't believe I forgot to grab this, but kind of the long box, I guess. I did get this new, I believe it was new in this package, and yeah, I made sure to save the long box, but I got it kind of folded down, but there you can see like the spine on it, a little dusty. Sitting on top of my beer fridge down here, so but there we go. Trying to find a better home for it, but for now it'll stay there. But there's that. And up next we got Lenin Acoustic. John Lennon Acoustic. Kind of some alternate versions of some of the tracks there. Nice little package. Kind of moving up into the more nice official releases. Yes, that Instant Karma one is an official release. I had to get it to complete the set, I guess. So, and it wasn't that expensive to get, even in sealed in the long box there. And this next one was kind of a unique release. It is John Lennon, Peace, Love, and Truth. This was not available in the US, and it wasn't available in a lot of countries either. My copy is a Philippines copy. So, and that was, I remember one of them, and I want to say Australia or something. I'll have the correct answer up there. Words in the corner will help me out as always. But yeah, there's this one, Peace, Love, Truth. And there is kind of a unique mix on one of the songs on here. Yeah, Give Peace a Chance. It's got kind of a unique mix on it. That's kind of unique to this. Again, a fallen apart jewel case. Why my John Lennon collection is that way. But there we go. Well-loved albums, I suppose. Yeah, I was a little afraid when I first got researching some of these. This would be a hard one to find. It really wasn't. It wasn't even that expensive to get. I do believe it came from overseas when I ordered it. But yeah, I was able to get a nice enough copy. I guess if the jewel case is all that's fallen apart, that works. And I think this came out around the same time, and I want to say from what I've read, these were kind of, those markets got that version, and then the rest of the markets, the rest of the world got this one. It says Working Class Hero. This was 2005, I know, for one of his birthday years, one of his big birthday years. This nice 2-disc set, same image as the Minleth Avenue, just done without the neon Andy Warhol stuff, but in this black and silver, which looks really kind of cool, actually. Very plain and simple, but very cool. And 2-disc sets. There was disc 1. And these are the nice ones. I like how, oh, no, these aren't the nice ones. Take that back. There's disc 2, and then just the tray behind it there. Not much on that. And then another soundtrack album one from one of his documentary films on him, The U.S. versus John Lennon. This one does not feature Beatles. Just John Lennon on this one. Quite a few tracks on it too. 21 again. I think that's how many the... Oh, another... This one's not broken, but it's not staying together. So there's the back side of the book there, and the disc in the tray. Seems like almost 100% of my jewel cases for his are falling apart somehow. And then this next one is kind of an odd one out of his collection. It's a 2006 release, and this is from Hear Music, the Opus Collection. This would have been available in Starbucks, I believe, exclusively to Starbucks. So if you wanted this, you had to go get a cup of coffee and a John Lennon CD. And they've got quite a few artists in this Opus collection. After I got kind of researching it some, seeing what all was out there through Discogs. Trifold Digipack again here. And this time the CD's over there. And you got the book pasted in the middle here. And cardboard there. Pull that out so you can see him at the piano there. Yeah, nice little package there. Again, official release, so had to pick it up. But I didn't get mine until recently, so I didn't go to Starbucks to get it. And this next one I think is going to be the oddest one. I don't think I've seen anybody on YouTube show this. I'm sure it's out there in people's collections, and maybe I just haven't spotted it. I would say it's an official release. It's EMI, Parlophone on it. I'm just going to show it, and I don't really know what to call it, just John Lennon. But this is from the Mail on Sunday. I know, kind of a hated newspaper over there. I've heard a lot of people displeased with that. But I believe that image was used on one of the discs, I think disc 2 or so of the Lennon 4 CD box set. And then the back image is that Men Love Avenue and Working Class Hero one there again. As a matter of fact, that is the Working Class Hero one because they're talking about that, kind of promoting that. But yeah, this is a full album. You would have got this in your newspaper if you bought the mail on Sunday. And just a very simple little sleeve, nothing fancy at all. It's supposed to fit in the newspaper. And there's the disc. Well, yeah, an interesting one there, that's for sure. And that would have came out in 2009 on that. And Working Class Hero came out in 2005, so it's kind of interesting that they're promoting it up next for 2010, which would have been celebrating one of his big birthdays too. Kind of a multi-pronged attack on that. If you were a Lennon collector, boy, choosing which one you wanted to get or having to buy all of them all at once there, I suppose. And I don't even have all of them. I mean, I'm missing one of them yet. But these next couple here, plus the Lennon box set I was talking about that had all the albums in it, came out the same day, celebrate his birthday in 2010. But this is The Power to the People, the hits. And this is the 2-disc version, which has got the DVD on it. And you can see mine's a little torn. I taped it up there. That's how I got it. I got this under $5 with shipping though. So kind of sight unseen. I know it said it was a little rough, but I was like, well, if it's that cheap for the DVD and the CD, I'll pick it up. But there we go. Especially when you got all these other sets already. And there is a single disc version of this. It's got a little slightly different cover, more of a blue background behind them. So anyways, yeah, it folds out, trifold there. Book in the middle, pretty standard setup for most of these. There's the CD, the DVD, just got some videos and that on it. I believe you saw the track listing there. I'll show it to you one more time. Hold it a little steady and longer, so I tend to have a habit of doing that, not holding it long enough. And one day the crazy collector in me will get that single CD version of it too, but hey, sadly I'll probably pay more than the CD DVD version. This next one is, again, kind of an expanded version of that, and it's Give Me Some Truth. So this one's kind of odd because his latest box set, latest compilation, is also called Give Me Some Truth, and also celebrating a big birthday with his 80th. This would have been his 70th. So I'll show you the back here, and this is kind of not how it should look, but that's just a little like J-card thing they put in there for the packaging. So the back should actually look like that. And again, this is related with that last release and the one I've been talking about. I'll have a picture of it up there, I suppose. Kind of show you each one here. Again, they did with the book. I suppose that's the back. I'll kind of go backwards here in the front. The book there. And I'll show you each of the disc here. So there's disc 1, Working Class Hero. Like I said, they always try to theme these to his kind of career and time there in life. And you can see the label on it is even almost exactly like that Power to the People, the hits. These were all kind of related. So this is just a very expanded version of that. And there's disc 2, The Woman. Oh, I keep trying to go out the side. It's coming out the top. There's the disc. And as I say with most of these box sets, one day I will show Borrowed Time as disc 3. I will show a more detailed version of this on what's in the box one day. There's the label there. And then Roots as disc 4. So a 4-disc set, and it's really no thicker than a fatty jewel case box 2-disc set. So really kind of nice little package on it. And getting down to the last disc on what's on the rack, on this section of the rack, section 9, we got Lenin Icon. Again, another budget-friendly compilation. Icon series from Universal Music, and not much to it. Even the track listing, only 12 tracks on this, is it? No, 11. And I'll show you the tray below the disc, but there's not much to show there. That's how budget it is. You don't even get a picture below the disc. But they do give you a clear tray, so I don't know. But yeah, there's that last one. Yeah, we've got through another section of the rack there. So section 10 now, we'll finish up John Lennon and start with George Harrison. I believe that'll be my whole George Harrison CD collection that I've got so far. Hope everybody enjoyed this section of the rack. Kind of fun showing all those mostly Lennon compilations there. Almost all the Lennon compilations we're showing there. I think we're missing one. And I think that's the only one left for section 10. Okay, wrap it up totally here because I'm really rambling now. I want to thank all my subscribers again, though, once more before I do wrap up. Thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you do know when I got What's on the Rack episode 10 say coming out. Also, please give the video a like, especially this one. If you stuck through to this point and haven't given it a like yet, please do. You must like the video if you've watched it this long. So, and also leave a comment, giving it a like, subscribing, notifications, all that. It helps out the channel, helps out the videos, shows in the algorithm so other people see it. Just get me out there. I'm trying to build the channel and trying to grow here, and I appreciate everybody that's helped me. I can't believe I've hit as many subscribers as I have. Like I said, I was going to be happy if I got tens of subscribers, and I'm in the hundreds now, well into the hundreds, so kind of shocks me. But anyways, now I will get signing out. I'm Vito Dustino, signing out.